license fees that they don't have to pay? And can other gambling companies like casinos look forward to the same treatment?
What is the justification? I would have to pass on an answer for that. I read something about it, about a forgiving being done to a particular lottery company. I don't have the exact details on it. I would have to check that out and see exactly what was the issue. I know I don't know if it's this specific case. I know there was a request, and as there were other requests earlier in the year for companies that had a license but never operated, never used the license. But because of having the license, they accumulated fees that had to be paid. And at a certain moment when assessed for those fees, made a request substantiated by argumentation that they did not use the license and asked for forgiveness of payment, kwijtschelding van betaling for those fees. I would assume that is one of the situation that we are talking about, but I would have to check it out further before I can give details on that.
Release of the 550 million euros. The World Bank is so far the chosen organization to basically manage that fund. And of course, the World Bank doesn't have the best reputation when it comes to what happens after they step into a country, especially one that's in a situation like ours after a disaster. Are you happy with the choice of the World Bank? And do you think that will hamper the recovery process, or do you think it will actually help it to go faster?
No, it's not, how you say it? I believe that prior to, you have to have clear agreements, clear discussions. While in New York, I sat with representatives of the World Bank to try to get a feedback of how they work. It has to do a lot with you have a situation where you have the donor country, in this case that would be the Netherlands. The Netherlands is putting up the funds, and the World Bank, so there's that type of arrangement between the Netherlands and the World Bank, and then you will have the World Bank vis-a-vis the country where the projects are being executed. In that thing, that is the relation between St. Martin and the World Bank. Now, it has to be clear. It has to be clear, for instance, upfront, what are the conditions? You can, and that is something that we have been saying from the very beginning. If you come with all of the bureaucracies in the world, and other Caribbean countries have mentioned this at the pledging conference, there are a lot of donor organizations, and oftentimes you hear that the countries could not have made use of the funds because the conditions, and now I'm not talking conditions like integrity chamber and border control, but the conditions to be able to submit a project are so impossible and bureaucratic that these countries with limited resources would not be able to qualify. That is one of the key issues of the discussions. That is why on St. Martin level also, and this was put in the interim report of the National Recovery Plan Work Group, and that is an organization has to become on St. Martin and structured on St. Martin, preferably loose from the regular organization that would be dealing with this project. If you see the Netherlands, they have a director general. That is outside of the regular Dutch government, right? They created the post of director general to be dealing with the recovery. On St. Martin, you have a head of mission, okay? So they put an organization in place to be dealing with this, loose from their day-to-day affairs. St. Martin has to do the same. St. Martin should not combine. We have limited resources, and this is a minimum a 2-year project that would be taking place. I don't see where there should be any delays because of the structure and operational methods of the World Bank, but the discussions and with a working conference that is starting next week, by which the senior civil servants, ministers come and go, especially on St. Martin. But the senior civil servants, they stay, and they have to guarantee the continuity. And that is where, I won't repeat that. And that is where the discussions and the agreements have to be clear as to how you're going to proceed.
Hey guys, did you know that now with Telcel, if you accumulate $25 or more within one calendar month, you get 15 more?
15 more?
Yes, 15 more. However you want.
So I can top up $3 now, $10 next week, and so on until I reach or pass $25?
That's right. Get 15 more.
Wow! I feel like a 15 again.
Yeah. Right. Accumulate $25 or more within one calendar month and get 15 more. Telcel, when you want more.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NV.
As a backtrack in this whole year, in terms of the university, to me there was like press releases according to expanding the university, and I think that part of it was a little confusing to some of us, because we went from talking about expanding the university to the university closing. So somewhere in between there, something don't sound right, because as far as I read it, the USM was looking for funds to expand, and then it just went the opposite in terms of closure, looking for funds to just survive. So in that now said, and according to the USM board, the problems or the struggle, financial struggle, started since 2009 or before. And to me, everybody, because of Irma, everybody's just wrapping everything around Hurricane Irma, including the post office situation. I mean, it has nothing to do with this, but it seems like Irma is the scapegoat for everything that's flip-flop. While we all know, we all knew that back in the days, back in the months, these financial problems already existed, and the university was already in the red. So, having said that, I would just like to pose a few questions that was actually meant for kind of the Minister of Education, but still, you guys are involved. So, were there talks of scholarship tuition being raised from $7,500 to $9,500 per semester? Why were USM fees only reduced for UVI students and not all students? Did the international students already leave the island? Why now is government asking for audits when before it was okay to get funding? How will some of the students be reimbursed? Why is Hurricane Irma being used as the main cause of USM's loss of income when this issue started way before? Can you provide members of Parliament Parliament with USM's 2014 annual financial statements?
I like to hear from the university, things that we may have done wrong and could have done better. Maybe I missed it, but I would like to hear some sort of accountability given from the board as to where they feel they went wrong or know they went wrong and what could be done differently to practically guarantee that, we won't be in this situation once we get past this hurdle, because I just feel like we will pass this hurdle. It is imperative that we do. I will use, for example, the Shell program. Something definitely went wrong with Shell program when you can say that we had contracts and now based on the situation, I guess the loss of that particular individual, those contracts went with them. Could be the only reason why I could see contracts not being, they won't pay or they won't continue to be a part of the program after an employee left, and now they leave USM in a sort of a limbo. How are you going to protect yourselves from that happening again? Then I would like to say something about the audited financials. It is required by the law for any entity obtaining subsidy from government to provide audited financials. So that is not something that the minister now suddenly wants. So that is required. The fact that that this was not, no one did not in the last couple of years, or maybe never did, I'm not sure. They didn't press to get them, was because indeed I'm sure they saw the urgency for university carrying on and entertained or had the calm, go ahead and approve, well, we're going to give this much without it, and they're like, now granted, don't get me wrong, because indeed, the minister, and you can please correct me if I'm wrong on anything, if the minister gave the option now that SOAB can handle those financials and do the audited financials, then the constant insisting that USM is not up to par with their requirements according to law, I find it a little double standard, and you're giving mixed feelings or mixed hope that you will handle this part of it and we're going to take care of it, and then at another time you're saying you don't have the requirements met, and you don't have the audited financials, so we are not going to give, or we cannot give. I do understand your situation. I just wanted to make it clear that it is required by law that you have to have audited financials. This is expensive, so indeed, because USM is not the only one with that situation. The Carnival Development Foundation, for example, have the same problem, and I think whoever came up with the SOAB idea for them to do these audited financials is genius, and they should take that across the board for foundations that are subsidized by government. It's sad that he is not here today, where Mr. Francio Guadalupe, that he could also give, a bit of his experience where he found USM when he got here, the amount of progress that was made in his while he served. And for example, I have been hitting on this monies that are available in the kingdom government for all Dutch citizens to have bachelor's and master's by the year 2020. It would be nice if you can give some kind of explanation to this, the fact that he reached out, I know for sure, and was told that it has to be the government is who would have to contact them in order for us to have access to this money. Was that communicated to the minister? Also, I would like to still acknowledge also, we can see the growth from 2014, for example, to now where we are today, when you compare the fact that we had no accredited courses to now having several. And if you can just, for the sake of educating the public, how many do we have between 2014 and now? Then Ms. Henry, who has served on the USM board for now some 5 years. Please correct me if I'm wrong. For some 5 years right now, who is a past student of the USM, who also is the secretary of the board. Upon the minister or previous ministers of education in the last 5 years, and I forgot to mention that you are indeed 11 years adjunct instructor also at the USM. All other ministers of education coming in, were you ever asked to resign from the board because you apparently are a conflict of interest? I would like to know from you, who appointed you? Are you a government representative? Because as far as I understood in the introduction, Ms. Olga Mussington Service is indeed the government representative. So I would like to know, how were you brought on to the board, and have you ever dealt with your position being one of conflict of interest in the past? And lastly, can you confirm that you were told to resign from this board with immediate effect, or you will be removed by the Minister of Education, and why? Was this something that was requested of you upon entering upon the minister becoming Minister of Education, or was this something that came about now recently with everything that is going on?
People all across St. Martin are switching to a more rewarding experience. The WIB MasterCard Fun Miles credit card, better known as My Card. Earn 1 Fun Mile for every $2 spent, even abroad and online. This will quickly get you a ton of Fun Miles to redeem for travel, shopping, food, fuel, and much more. But there's more to My Card. Worldwide acceptance, an EMV chip for extra security, and 250 free Fun Miles with first use. Switch to My Card today at WIB.
Fun miles, from within your reach.
Hey guys, did you know that now with Telcel, if you accumulate $25 or more within 1 calendar month, you get 15 more?
15 more?
Yes, 15 more. However you want.
So I can top up $3 now, $10 next week, and so on until I reach or pass $25?
That's right. Get 15 more.
Wow! I feel like a 15 again.
Yeah. Right. Accumulate $25 or more within 1 calendar month and get 15 more. Telcel, when you want more.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
There were lots of discussions on the audited financials and not having audited financials and management and who's to blame, Madam Chair. I believe when it comes to mismanagement, it's not just about the financial mismanagement, but also the mismanagement of the vision of USM. It's not just about, I said this last week when the mentor was here, it's not just about throwing money at the problem. So my first question to the board is throwing money at the problem the solution? And my second question is, and I asked this last week also, some members of the board were here last week. And I even asked the minister myself personally, one of the reasons why she didn't, could not attend yesterday, and it was stated that it was requested to have meetings, and if certain information it was not provided. So I'm hoping that those answers you have today, since you are here today and could not have provided answers yesterday. One of those questions were, what is the vision of USM? I asked, what was the vision, what is the mission of USM? I asked for the in-house financials. As parliamentarians, we, today especially, very few solutions came about. We've asked more questions again. And how can we have solutions based on what hearsay in the public, a couple articles in the media? What are we going to base these solutions on? That is one of the reasons why we're asking for the financials, so we could come up with solutions. So what is the vision of USM? I would also like to know who are the donors. You mentioned in your slide that you have private donors. Who are these private donors? I personally know the interim treasurer, and I know how meticulous he could be. So I believe that he understands the importance of understanding your financial situation to go forward. It's easy to, I could come up with a lot of solutions right now in my head to solve USM's financial situation. We can add $1 to every tourist that comes to St. Martin. We could take the idea from the finance minister that he have for the airport or half of the harbor. We add $2, or we add whatever amount it takes to solve the situation for USM. We can increase the container fees. And it can solve increase the container fees structurally, and that's a structural solution. And you have a structural solution for the USM fees. You can add a couple of cents to GB as a structural solution to USM fees. But is the money alone the problem at USM? I don't believe so. It was mentioned the cost of audits are expensive. What does USM have any previous invoices, receipts of cost of the USM audits in the past? So we can have we don't base it on assumption, but we base it on actual figures. I myself have dealt with audits from other subsidies on the island and in the Ministry of TIAD, so I will have a certain reference to know the cost of certain audits, and to know that the cost goes down also by the quality of work of the in-house financials. The less work they have to do, the less money that it will cost you. Yes, I have another question. Other than the law and the full-time staff, what else is needed for full accreditation of USM? There's a comparison made to the other schools, which in my opinion is a bad comparison. First of all, based on the tuition that the other schools pay, and the fact that the other schools also do submit their financials and audited financials to receive their financing.
For those young ones who we consider to be the future of St. Martin, both the university, the government, the politicians know that the people who need the university are mostly the young ones, and most naturally others who want to further educate themselves. So it means that we should, by all means, look for a solution for the university. I believe that both the university, the government, the members of parliament, and others who are concerned are all looking for a way out. The back and forth on what happened and what did not happen is good, but it doesn't bring what the university is asking for today. The university is asking for a solution, and for a solution immediately, not tomorrow, not next week, but immediately. Immediately, I guess, in order to save what is left of the trimester, immediately in order to give hope to those students who need to complete their assignments and to be able to do their exams. I listened quite well, and it was said that there are 3 main points, of which the first one is a rescue injection, and then there are 2 other points, that is the lack of the ordinance or the law on higher education, and also support from government. And I believe if you look at the request of the rescue injection, that too would have to come from government. So the rescue injection and support from government, and then with support from government, I can imagine that the university means a structural support on a monthly basis.